Hey, this is where we really take off. We know that for enterprise-level spreadsheet work, we need to put as well as get. This is the one big thing that leads to superstar status with your bosses. If you've already done the Gordon Ramsay challenge, you have some idea what I mean. Employers value your Excel skills much higher when you transform existing clunky spreadsheets into efficient spreadsheets. Now we know the tools on the ribbon don't give us a way to put data. But does that stop us? No! Why? Are we going to let a little thing like that keep us from superstardom, you see? If our librarian the database is to keep our data safe and accessible to our spreadsheets, not just us but all the spreadsheets in the organization that need this data seamlessly, we need to give our librarian the data to keep. So, that's what we'll be doing in this lesson, but I have a surprise for you. You already know how to do this. In the little bit of SQL, we learned how to insert a row with the insert statement. And now, we know how to get our librarian to carry out our request. We just need to put those two ideas together. So, let's copy that code from the get that we did and paste it in a new module. Let's call it mput. We'll insert a record into our table Rockstars, so go ahead and copy the get data code to the mput module. This is where the magic happens. Let's first change the name of the procedure to put_insert. The SQL statement to get was select musicians from TBL Rockstars 1, right? All we're going to do is to replace the SQL statement to an insert. We're going to add the king of rock and roll himself. Insert into TBL Rockstars, musicians, band name, instrument, city, country, net worth, values, Elvis Presley, singer, Memphis, USA, 450. Notice that the list of columns and the values are in the same order, and the same number of them. Also notice that string values have single quotes around them. You remember this from our little bit of SQL, right? Just one other thing. We won't be getting any data back, so we don't need this line. Let's delete it. Okay, we're set. Let's place another button on the sheet and call it put data, and assign macro to it, put_data, all right. Now when we click put data, what should happen? Let's see. If I clear the sheet and click get, see? There's Elvis Presley in our list. Elvis has entered the building. He's entered the Rockstars table. Let's click put again. What will happen? Let's see. 2 Elvises. Elvi, click put again, and get. 3 Elvises, triplets, and why not? What we can see is, our database, our librarian is doing a great job, safely keeping for us what we give it, and it gives us the data whenever we ask for it. The data, by the way, is still being kept safe in TBL Rockstars 1, so it's not really giving us the data. It is giving us the results of our query, the SQL statement, our query. This is a special kind of library where when we borrow a book, the book still remains in the library for others to borrow. Wow! So we have just added a new record to the table. Well, 3 times, we have put data. What we have just done is something most people don't know Excel is capable of doing, and it is central to separating the data from the spreadsheets, and centrally locating it. We can't separate the data from the spreadsheets unless we can put data from the spreadsheets. Obviously, the database has added Elvis to the bottom of the table. Now let's tweak the get to get this data in alphabetical order. All we need to do is to add an order by clause to the select statement, like this. We had a little play around in the A little intro to SQL section. A little bit of SQL, remember? Select musicians from TBL Rockstars order by musicians. Click get and see. Want to see it backwards? If we add desk to the order, we get the data in descending order. Select musicians from TBL Rockstars, 1 order by musician's desk. See? Also, you'll notice so far all our insert SQL statements are static. They're hard-coded to Elvis and where he lives. Later on we'll make all this work dynamically, so that our spreadsheet puts to the database specific data from the sheet that we specify, and get data depending on what's going on the sheet. But first, in the next lesson we'll learn how to create a table. Then we'll rock and roll. Thank you very much.